Hello, and welcome to the 60 and More Crowd podcast. I'm your host, Sue, speaking to you from Canada, and I'm excited to be back to share another episode. Here on the podcast, we shine a global spotlight on the growing trend of working longer into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. It's a fresh, modern take on aging in the workplace, reimagining what it could look like. Whether you're staying in your current role, exploring new ways of working, or even retiring and jumping back into the workforce, this is your space to stay informed and inspired. This is season 1 of the 60 and More Crowd podcast, and these are short, on-the-go episodes designed to spark curiosity and connection. For new listeners, let me introduce the hows, whys, why I'm here today talking to you. This podcast was born from my own experiences. After leaving a long-time business leadership role in Canada, I began exploring new ways of working. And that journey led me to ask 2 big questions. How are other older workers navigating the path of working longer? And number 2, how are organizations stepping up to support them? Older workers bring tremendous value, skills, insight, and experience that fuel the economy and enrich the marketplace. Working longer is a multi-layered topic, and each episode here explores a different facet of this working trend. Today, we're diving into the top global trends shaping the future of older workers. According to the World Economic Forum, the G7 countries, older workers will make up more than 25% of the workforce by 2031. And with fewer young people entering the labor market, companies will face real challenges filling the roles they need to grow and thrive. Join me now as we explore emerging themes from around the world. Now let's get to today's episode. I've been doing my homework and digging a little bit deeper than I normally do because I was taking a look at some stats and themes for around the globe. And I didn't want to bamboozle you with too many stats. So here we go. Here's a snapshot of key trends around the globe, themes in different countries and supporting older workers, and the framework in place to do so. Countries like Japan, Switzerland, Denmark, and the Netherlands are ahead in integrating older workers through national strategies, employer incentives, and lifelong learning. Japan has the highest employment rate for workers age 65 plus among G7 nations. As of 2025, nearly 25% of Japanese workers aged 65 to 69 are still employed, with many continuing to do so well into their 70s. Japan faces a rapidly aging population and a declining birth rate, leading to an increase in senior workers. According to a recent survey, 80% of Japanese seniors at traditional retirement age want to continue working, and 70% prefer staying with their previous employer. Many companies are introducing policies that allow senior-aged employees to work longer, with extended benefits and ongoing reskilling and education. Let's look at Switzerland. Switzerland is projected to face a shortfall of over 460,000 workers within the next decade. The Swiss government is promoting working up to and beyond retirement age, profiling older workers as a vital resource to the economy. Key strategies are adjusting working hours and providing ongoing access to training and education, especially in the digital landscape. Denmark maintains one of the highest employment rates in Europe for older workers. What factors are driving this trend? Supporting older workers through training and job mobility, incentives, encouraging continued work through flexible pension models, and employers are also encouraged to retain and rehire older workers. The Netherlands. Let's take a look and see what's happening here. Older worker participation is rising. Over 15% of adults aged 65 to 69 remain active in the workforce. The participation rate for ages 70 to 74 is around 8%, reflecting a steady increase over the past decade. What else is happening in the Netherlands? What are employers doing? Well, they're proactively supporting job redesign for older workers. and offering remote and flexible work arrangements and training programs to support digital literacy. Canada, my home base, what's happening here? Older worker participation trends, it's rising. More than 20% of Canadians aged 65 to 69 are still working, and 66% of Canadians expect to work well past traditional retirement age. Canada's workforce is aging, and the number of Canadian workers approaching retirement has never been higher. The sheer size of the baby boomer cohort is reaching retirement age now. The risk of labor and our skill shortages as more workers retire could impact the economy. To minimize the impact and Canadian living standards, the labor market is going to need to adapt, rethink, and find ways to adapt and keep older workers engaged. The conversation is shifting for employers. They can offer flexible schedules based on retirement and ongoing skill development. As we have seen today, older workers are becoming a growing share of the labor force. Employers, companies, organizations will need to adapt to keep older workers engaged and supported in the workplace. Thanks so much for listening today from wherever you listen to podcasts. Join me for the next episode as we continue to spotlight the growing movement of older adults staying active in the workforce. This podcast has become a passion project for me. Listener feedback, always welcome. We are a community of older workers around the globe. To reach me, show email is feedback@60andmorecrowd.com. I'd love to hear from you. In the spirit of the 60 and More Crowd podcast, you can't navigate new paths with an old map.